Hey guys, I'm sorry I have not been able to add anything to the new series playlist I started about really qualifying shoes and trying to figure out what the hell we're really going to do. But I'm going to get started on that as soon as I have free time. I'm just really busy with work right now. Working long days, and by the time I get home, I don't have time left in my life to do that. So, as soon as I have some free time, I'm going to expand on that list, and we're going to we're going to start putting some pins in things and really critically think about how we can win on every single shoe, even if it looks like you can't. And break it down as we're going along, through a shoe. And say, well, this would have worked. This didn't work. This could have worked. This would have kept on working if we would have played for that. Just to prove the different strategies that I try to employ when I'm playing. Almost always, there's at least one there. Sorry, I wanted to turn my air conditioning down because I don't know how loud that was. I'm sorry if that was blaring. It's hot out here today. But yeah, I wanted to really expand upon trying to isolate variables better. I'll be playing on a shoe and be like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to do this, now I'm going to do this. It's because there's a million ideas that go around in my head on every single shoe that I try to make everything work. The thing is, you can try for everything and you can end up with nothing too, right? So, if you decide to play for one variable and the opposite thing happened, well, if that happened more than twice, then that shit's done, right? That's just not happening, whatever it is. So I'm going to try to show you how to fight things a little smarter. And at the end of the day, bro, listen, if you're able to come out of a struggle bus of a shoe with +1 unit, that still matters. If it's a quality unit, that matters. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter how much it is as long as you're winning. So, take that for what that's worth. But there's definitely ways that we can win on every shoe, and I'm hoping that in doing this series, we're able to show how often things are working. And, being willing to change up on the fly if things aren't working is important too. You can't get pigeonholed into saying, well, I'm just going to play for the chop no matter what. Because guess what? You'll have a run of 3 chops, you have a run of 3 streaks, you have a run of 3 chops, you have a run of 3 streaks. And you just never really get any momentum going, right? Maybe you've tried that yourself, whatever kind of player you are. It's like it keeps going back and forth. I try to play for this and the other thing starts happening, right? That's the 50-50 bullshit that Baccarat is, guys. It's never going to stay the same thing forever. That's why seeing a long Megalodon kind of fucking run isn't that common. Sure, can it happen? Yeah, if the cards fall right. Can a long, chop video 4 happen? Where it always chops? Sure. But how many videos have I done where that's fucking happened? It doesn't happen. So, like I said, we got to break it down, and we got to try to find things that are working in the ether. Whatever's going on, we got to find that shit, and just say, it's qualified. It's qualified. Let's just try. And if it works the first time, once, as soon as it works that first time, you've guaranteed the push, right? If you lose the next one, I gave it back. That's one way to look at it. Or you could take that positive one, put it in your pocket, start over with your bankroll. You have one secured that you won. When you were up to the good, you won that shit. Right? It's in your pocket. It's the money in the laundry pocket. Keep that shit there. It's nice finding that later. And it keeps you from having a big head that, I just keep, look at all this money I'm winning. fuck that. Put that shit in your pocket and forget it happened. Start over with your bankroll, whatever you went in there with, hopefully 40 units or so. You only got to have 10 out on the table at a time. You just got to win. As soon as you win, you put it in your pocket. So that's what the series is going to be about. It's not about what the right or wrong way is to play a shoe. Because every shoe is going to be fucking different, bro. It don't matter what you want to do. I just have a long drive here going where I'm going. So I thought I would expand upon what I hope to do with that series. It only got one video on it right now. I hope eventually to have a better setup where I can actually make quality videos. If you've been watching these for this long and you enjoy what you've seen, I'm glad. I ain't gonna lie. I make a lot of these videos for myself to prove to myself. See, shit can be done. Stop being a cunt when you go to the casino, right? Like, it doesn't have to be hard. I choose to make it hard. We all do. Don't we? As soon as you have that pushback, you start thinking, fuck, this ain't working. I gotta get my money back. I'm in a hole. I gotta get my money back. I'm down $3,000. Whatever the fuck you're down. you just, the farther you go into that hole, the more depressing it feels, doesn't it? I know. But if you just treat them all like individual units, it doesn't seem so damning. And if you know you're down, let's say you are playing with purple units. You're down 6 of them. You're down $3,000. That's a lot of money to anybody. But it's only 6 units. So can you get a unit of shoe? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Fuck that 3,000. You're going to get that shit done in 6 individual shoes. You're going to get 1 unit. You're going to clean that up and you're going to move on with your life. Yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit of time equity, sure. Just depends how many shoes you have to play on where you go. If you only have 1, well, it's going to be a little harder task. Let's be honest. They ain't getting through a shoe in less than an hour and a half. Unless someone's burning all the fucking hands like they don't care. You play a shoe with a crowded table, you're lucky sometimes you get off that shoe in 2.5, 3 hours. It's like a really bad roulette table. You don't need that aggravation in your life. Get the 1 every day and move on. And start there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go on tangents about that. I get you know how I am. The point of this series is going to be to really try to show you how to think critically and break it down, and maybe have a pen and paper. I'll be like, well, this variable's off the table, this variable's off the table, this variable's off the table. There's a couple variables that are always in the equation, the chop being probably the most prevalent, and a long run that goes past 5. You know, if I get a run that goes to the bottom, I'm going to try one time to flat bet it out, right, until it loses. So I'm not missing a 12 run. I'm not. I won't bet on the run sooner than 6, though. It's got to fucking get past the Brad Special for me to bet on the fucking 7th one, you know. If it gets to the bottom and everybody's chop method gets broken and we get to 6...
1 mile. Turn left.
Sorry. That's my daughter. I changed my GPS voice to her. So, if we get to the bottom, I'm going to jump on the run from there. Those 2 variables, chop and a 1-1 chop, a 1-2 chop, those are always in play if it's indicative of a shoe that's producing like that, unless I'm playing for something else. And we're going to break all that down when I start doing these videos. Because you can't have it both ways, right? Well, definitely not with a chop and a streak, you can't. But I meant something else. The 2-2s, whatever else. Then there's things that you still have to take into consideration.
In a 1/4 mile.
And what do you call that when they conflict? I call them null bets. Because one philosophy says, well, we would do this. The other philosophy says, well, this calls for the chop. And in such a case, I would either have to play a reduced unit, or I would have to, you know,
turn left.
Omit the hand. You know, just skip it. And it's only one hand, and you move on to the next, you know. Win or lose. You didn't lose money because you weren't on it. You didn't win maybe either, but you allowed yourself to be removed from a cocksuckery event of potentiality. And you survived that moment, win or lose. And that's what I'm going to try to show, I think. You know, you know, where that becomes different is if you've been winning on a variable ad nauseum over and over again, I would probably just play for that variable. It's been feeding you, right? You're not going to just jump off it. It's like jumping off a run, right? Just because the chop's opening up, it's hard. It's hard for me to not bet with the long chop. But if there's another variable in play, I'm probably going to have to play for that, right? Win or lose. Win or lose. We're going to win and we're going to lose. That's the whole basis of a 50-50 game. You're not going to win every single fucking hand. So you don't have to be emotional. Oh, fuck, I knew I should have did the other thing. Fuck. Cocksucker. Right? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, Tom. You don't have to worry about that. You just got to maintain and find a way to fucking qualify and just do the best you can with that. When that qualified event is gone, we're off that shoe. We're on to the next. Qualify a new variable, whatever it is. Maybe we don't just jump in right at the beginning. Maybe we wait. I don't know.
Left.
But if I have enough units, I'm not afraid to try hard at the beginning just to see. You know, if I'm flat betting, flip a coin 10 times, you're going to get the wrong answer 10 times? You might, but I find it very, very unlikely. And that's Mickey's whole point. How long is it going to take him to win 100,000? He's like, well, I just need 100,000. What happens if you lose? Well, I'm going to need another 100,000. His point is, if I go in with 10 of those bitches, chances are I'm going to come up a +1 at some point in that time. And if I had $1 million to do such, I'm probably going to be up 100 grand. That's his point. Flat betting. He plays little micro motherfucking sessions. He's not there to play 80 hands a shoe. Shit. I bet he's not even trying to play 30, 40 hands a shoe. If he could get his money within the first 20, 25 hands, he's good. He doesn't have to prove nothing else. Because there's nothing more annoying than knowing you already won and gave the rent back. Fuck. I get a little emotional. I love yous. You know, I do this for free.
In 0.1 miles, turn left.
I'm all the way out in the boonies right now. I knew I had time to do this. But you know, we're going to get our money, guys.
Turn left.
Keep saving your money. I know that's what I'm doing. Save your fucking money, guys, because when we're ready to do this for real, I hope to hear how everyone's getting their 1 to 3 units a day. I hope. Because you can. Don't be a bitch about it that you had a bad day. It's just one fucking... I almost said that word. It's one shitty shoe. Don't let the little stuff bother you. When you know you've got a qualifiable way to win, more than you don't, one bad shoe does not fucking define you or your bankroll or your life or what anyone else thinks about you. If you're playing smart and you're not chasing your money, that's the key. Don't chase. Please don't chase. Then you're going to be just fine. More later, guys. Thanks for the new subscribers, by the way. I saw that. That's nice of you. Have a great day.